Hi, my name is Maria. I'm 20. Did everything work out on the first try in your life? Did it ever happen that you had to try again and again? Maybe go to a dream college? Or try out for the football team? Is it familiar? Watch this video to the end and you will find out how I almost gave up on my dream and how I changed my gender 3 times before I got it. Since I was a child, my name was Mark, but I've always wanted to change that. I became self-aware pretty early. Well, I realized that I didn't really think I was a girl, but I felt like a girl, you know? I think this is easier to explain to you than to my parents. I have a conservative family, and my father was constantly angry at me for being unmanly. He demanded that the kindergarten teacher forbid me to play with the girls. He destroyed all my dolls when he found them, and I was badly hurt. I had to spend exactly 3 hours a day playing cars in the same room with him, shooting games on the console, or something else masculine. I didn't want to, you know? But if I failed somewhere, he would start yelling. And not only at me, but also at my mother. I was very afraid for my mother. It wasn't much better at school, but I learned to pretend at home, so I had to act the same way at school. I didn't have any friends, but that was for the best. What friends could I make pretending? Have you ever put off the most important events in your life for later? Graduation from school, from university, a vacation, moving to a new apartment or something like that. I decided to change my gender right after school, when I wouldn't need my parents' permission. I had to make sure that no one found out about it before the time came because my father would have locked me up at home and wouldn't let me see any doctors. But I managed. I was prescribed hormone therapy, and I was happy to run to the store to buy my very first dress in my life. I was lucky. The saleswomen were not surprised at my desire and even helped me choose a dress that would look good on me even after changing my figure. The family, of course, was not happy. My father cursed me, and it wouldn't have been a problem at all, but he took it out on my mother, and I was scared for her. My hormones were poorly absorbed because of the constant stress, and also because my internal organs were always working poorly, and because of this, my transformation into a girl was too slow. People looked at me on the street like I was some kind of freak. I was hoping that no one would care. And no one should care. We live in the 21st century. But I guess I was wrong. All my hopes were that after school I would become myself and my life would change. But that didn't happen. As time went on, I felt worse. I was so bad that I began to wonder if I had made the right choice. Maybe the sex change only made my life worse. Maybe it was not too late. One incident was the last straw. I was late at school and a few guys intercepted me on my way home. They beat me up, took my skirt off, and said things I don't want to remember. You can say that I was lucky. It could have been much worse. My mother was terrified. My father said I got what I was looking for. I didn't dare go to the police. I lost heart. I stopped using hormones and never applied for a name change. I stopped walking past that store. As in general, I tried to leave the house less often. I didn't show up at college for almost a semester, and at the end, I got a letter saying that my scholarship had been revoked. That meant goodbye study. Even that couldn't upset me. From all sides I heard, Mark, he, son, hey brother. It was a pressure, but I stopped reacting to it too. It was easier that way. If life sucked anyway, why try? My father started talking to me again, and I was no longer stared at in the street. Maybe being Mark wasn't so bad. This went on for more than a year. It might have lasted longer. Maybe I could have died as Mark. I got a job, but my father wasn't happy with that either. Cleaner was too feminine for him. I'd rather be a loader. I listened to it every day, and one day I just couldn't stand it and left. I couldn't have done it alone, but my new friend helped me. Are there people in your life who have literally divided it into before and after? Krista became that way for me. She was very nice. She didn't know I was trying to change my gender. Krista sat down with me on the subway when I was trying to be a guy again and asked me why I was so sad. We started being friends, and then she asked me out. I didn't know why she did it because she didn't even try to kiss me. She just held my hand and went with me to the movies, to the zoo, and to the rides. But my longing remained unbearable. And one day, when I was at home, I took out the dress and put it on. I still looked great in it. I put on lipstick, took mascara. Mark? My girlfriend came home and I didn't hear her. I was standing in her house wearing a dress and putting makeup on my face. How could I have exposed myself even more? I don't even remember making excuses. I was so scared. All I could think about was that if Krista left me now, I'd be dead. And I solved the problem very interestingly. I dumped her first, without explaining anything. I left Krista's house. I had to live in a hostel. I didn't want to go home. That was enough for me. I changed a couple of small jobs, then got a better job in the office. At Christmas, the bosses arranged a big corporate party. I didn't want to talk to other people. I didn't drink myself, and I didn't like people who were drunk. So I went to the room with my things, hoping to wait there for a while and then go home. Hi, Mark. One colleague with whom we never really communicated suddenly cornered me and asked the most terrible question in my life. Is it true that you wore skirts in college? I tried to pull away, but Jesus caught me. A fight broke out. Jesus told me not to dodge, and that it was for my own good, and he would teach me not to be a pervert. Fortunately, we were heard and intervened, but too late. The blow to the head was strong. I lost consciousness, and when I woke up, they moved me from the intensive care unit to a normal room. And she came to me. Krista! I didn't expect her. Krista admitted that she didn't want to see me after I ran away so shamefully, but she wasn't angry at all about other things. She even said that she was ready to try dating again, whether I would be wearing skirts or trousers. I didn't agree because I was still afraid, but I was happy that Krista was there for me and didn't leave me. When I recovered, we moved to another city. On the first day, Krista said that she had a surprise for me on the occasion of the move and handed me over a dress, my size, and a pair of pumps to go with it. I cried when I looked at myself in the mirror. I was crying in the car when Krista took me to a nightclub, and I cried when it turned out that it was drag queen night and Krista pushed me to talk to the contestants. I didn't know how to feel. I guess I was happy. I then met more than once with the guys I met that evening. I told them my story and they told me theirs. For the first time in 20 years, I felt understood. That's how we live. I'm a regular at the club now, and at a psychological help hotline. I still have a lot to figure out before I decide to move on. I'm wearing dresses again and waiting for my hormones to kick in. And I now have a driver's license in my new legal name. One of my new friends from the club helped me get a job where no one asked too many questions. People still look at me sideways on the street, and I've seen a threat to myself a couple of times. But I'm always on my guard now. I'm not sure that everything I do is right, but my sweet, beautiful Krista supports me and helps me be myself. We're still a couple, but now I don't have to pretend I'm more masculine than she is. And I'm happy. And you? Did you manage to achieve your happiness? Tell us about it. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. All the best.